No. So Wendy is a person living with Lyme disease, and she'd like to share a story. You're actually what? No, music?
Well, you'd be happy to know I'm the last speaker of the day! Woo! Thank you so much for sticking around, because I was afraid everyone would leave and then I would get, my psyche would be damaged. So thanks for staying, appreciate it. I want to thank my MP, Bardish Chager, who met with Elise and I this afternoon. I explained about the framework and what's missing. She says she's going to be speaking to Minister Philpott about it. And this is the third time she's met with myself and my family, and I'll be working with her in the future, so that gives me some hope. So that's good, right? And thank you to the organizers of Vocal. It's been an amazing day, and I have hope. I'd like to introduce my daughter Elise, who has Lyme since she was a baby, and I nursed her. I made her stand up here with me because she's the strongest Lyme warrior that I know. I'm so proud of her. She's my best friend, and she's never known health, and I want that for her. The other day, as I was driving Elise to school, I pulled into traffic. I said to her, "Elise, check my purse. Is there poo in there?" And she said, "Yeah, Mom, there's poo in your purse. Don't worry." And I was like, oh, thank God. Because only chronically ill people would want to have poo in their purse. And you all know that was a lab specimen drop-off, right? I only carry poo in my purse when I'm on a first date and I might need a quick exit. So, my name is Wendy Woodhall. You might know me from Waterloo Region Lyme Disease Group or from Grandpa's Run for Lyme Disease. Thanks, guys. My 74-year-old dad ran the 7,389 kilometer distance of Canada. And it took him 22 months and 8 pairs of running shoes, but he did it, damn it, at 74. Yeah. He raised a lot of awareness and a lot of funds for the kids and I, because as you all know, we can't get help here. He wanted to be here to thank you all in person. He couldn't be here, so he asked me to please hug each and every one of you before I go. So hug line starts over here. It might take us till 10 o'clock, but you're going to stay, right? Yeah, you will. I'm 47. I've battled Lyme disease, Babesia, and Bartonella for the last 20 years. I almost died at the end of that first decade because I spent that entire time treating the wrong illness. I found out the second 10 years that I'd given Lyme and all of the others to my children through nursing. And you're all familiar with the battle from then on, so I'm not even going to touch that. But I will be starting my third round of treatment from my third relapse pretty soon. But I'm still here. My physical symptoms were constant, fearsome pain and extreme fatigue. I lost so much cognitive ability I could hardly remember anything. I had heart palpitations and would have fainty, seizure-type episodes all over the place, grocery stores, library, you name it, I fell there. My children had numbers to call when I was on the floor at home, and my entire family was on red alert for decades, and frankly, they still are. I have, over all those years, lost my career, my marriage of 20 years, my dream home in the neighborhood I grew up in, and the one that I wanted my children to grow up in, my sense of identity, my sense of self, and worst of all, the potential that I had to be a contributing member of our society. I lost who I could have been and what I could have done. But I am still here. Humor and having Lyme disease are kind of polar opposites. But humor is a tool and a weapon that I've used and abused all my life. And so when I got sick, it helped me through a lot of dark years. And you have to see the humor in living in the best country in the world with free education, and by the way, the hottest prime minister the planet's ever known. Woo! Y'all know I love Justin. Wherever you are, baby, I'm here. And free healthcare, and still be sick after 20 years with a completely treatable illness. Free healthcare only rocks if the medical community can test you, diagnose you, and treat you before you die. So, why am I still chipper and happy right now? I think it's because I used the tools and weapons that I had, or I learned, to move through those dark years and battle after battle that I kept winning, although it never felt that way at the time. And this is the message of my speech today. We don't have to lose ourselves forever. We don't have to let this illness take everything. We can fight. I fought using humor, positive thinking, and gratefulness. And with the support of many people, and so many of you are here today, I'm still here! With humor, I can laugh. I can still be me. If I can make others laugh, then I still have a place in the world and something to give and to contribute. To be able to leave a person feeling happier than before I met them, and that means I beat Lyme that day. And anything that beats Lyme makes me feel good, makes me feel powerful and strong, and it helps me do battle with Lyme again the next day. Positive thinking is another of my formidable weapons that I choose to use. I like to look at the positives in every situation if I can. And I'll give you an example. So picture me on my worst days, bedridden, racked with pain, isolated, depressed, feeling hopeless for a year, knowing I was going to die, and being so drugged up. But I kept thinking, it could be worse. It could be worse. And then I would list all the different ways that it could be worse. Like, I could have Lyme and live in North Korea, right? And not only would I not get treatment in North Korea, but I'd probably be arrested and tortured as a spy. I try to tell them, I just have a bacterial infection, and I'm from Canada. But then they wouldn't believe me because everyone knows Canada has the best healthcare in the world. So why would I come to North Korea for a cure? Well, same reason we go to Germany or anywhere else where we try to find cures. I picture myself getting off that jail floor and grabbing a laser pointer and giving a PowerPoint presentation to the guards on how most Canadians go to other countries for treatment. I tell them about the IDSA and the CDC, the Public Health Agency of Canada, the Health Minister, ignoring all of the thousands of us, and the College of Physicians and Surgeons, who should be fighting for us with the true power of science, and basically everything you heard today. And it would shock those North Korean guards. But when I add that this has been going on for decades with no discernible change, they faint from the pure shock of it, and I'd escape. It can always get worse, guys. My third weapon of choice is gratefulness, and I have found this to be the most powerful. I'm lucky I was raised in the church that I was and in the family that I was, because that concept has been my comfort and sometimes the only thing that's pulled me back from that abyss of rage and resentment and self-pity. And when I started hating healthy people, and feeling down and crying, why me? This isn't fair, and I can't do this. Not one more moment. I know you've all felt that way. I can't do it one more second. Something would happen, like my Elise or my James would come in, and they'd hug me and tell me they love me, and suddenly I'd feel some new strength and resolve trickle in again. And those little things made me grateful to be alive. They kept me fighting, and I'm still here. So I got the hint, and I started consciously looking for things every day to be grateful for. And when my dad started Grandpa's Run for Lyme Disease, that was really the solidification of the gratefulness. And now I try to pay all that forward to the people who are living in their dark years. Because those dark years do end. You do find your way again. You can beat Lyme. Even if you still have it, you can beat it. I know, because I'm still here. Last week was pretty horrific for Elise and I had to pull out all my coping techniques that I'd put aside for a while. I had the humor, the positive thinking, and the gratefulness, the big three, but I also used my family and my friends, and a lot of my Facebook friends, as you know, and music this past week, and alcohol, but I'm not going to get into that. I proved to myself that I can rise above dark times and stay me. I can win even when I'm in dark times, and so can we all. We're proof of that right here, right now. Look at us. I'm so proud of all of us and the work that we've done, big and small, Whatever we can do, we're doing together to fight for the change we deserve. I said to my kids for a lot of years now, behind every door is a challenge. Their challenge may be easier than having Lyme, yes. But their challenge can also be a whole lot worse. And we don't know what people are dealing with. But Lyme is our challenge. So we will meet it head on. We will stay true to ourselves. We will refuse to be lost within the illness. And we will stay who we are. We'll laugh anyway. We will stay as positive as we can, and we will find something to be grateful for every day. Because we are Lyme warriors. We are strong and beautiful people. We will keep fighting, and believe me, Lyme warriors, we will win. And it's only a matter of time. And we are all still here. Say it with me. We are still here. Thank you.